everybody. Welcome to another episode of Coming Up Milhouse. Today we are talking about Season 5, Episode 16. It's called Homer Loves Flanders. Now, if you tuned in last week to our channel, you might note that we did Episode 14, and you might be thinking, wait, they skipped an episode. Really, we didn't. If you would like to watch that episode, please feel free to scroll back in time on our channel and watch that. It was one of the first episodes that we ever reviewed. It's Homer in Space, and it's a good one. Don't miss it.
Very good. But this one is good too. It's Homer Loves Flanders, and the title says it all. Because you know how Homer doesn't usually like Flanders too much.
Right.
And Flanders usually is fine with Homer. Mm-hmm. But we flipped the script on this one, and Homer decides that Flanders is a pretty good guy after Flanders takes him to a football game he was really wanting to go see. And then Flanders, after spending a bunch of time with Homer, starts to see that, maybe he's got some personality traits that aren't that pleasant. And, it takes a lot to get Flanders, on your bad side. But, of course, Homer's pretty good at that sort of thing. So, all right. I'm sure we'll talk about all the fun stuff. Let's get into lines. Why don't you hit me up with your line?
Get out the Crayolas and colored me tickled pink. And that was a Flanders line when Homer decided to go to the football game with Ned. Ned won 2 tickets to this big game that was Springfield versus Shelbyville. And, of course, Ned went over to Homer and wanted to take him right away, and Homer slammed the door in his face, and it took some building up, and including Homer almost beaming Ned on the head with like a pipe or something, and then Ned
try
was
to
like,
steal
wait,
the tickets.
were you gonna knock me over the head with that? I was gonna ask you to go anyway. So Homer went with Ned, and Ned was colored pink, tickled pink.
Tickled pink, all right. Well, my first line comes from the very beginning of the episode, and it's a Kent Brockman line, but I love it because it's Ion Springfield that pops up every now and then. And he starts off saying something like, "There's a place near your town that's training young men to kill," and then he says, "The government calls it the Army, but a more alarmist term would be the Killbot Factory."
Yep.
And there's a picture of a soldier. And he's looking like this, and it says Killbot Factory.
Good old Kent Brockman.
Just great way to kick off the episode.
Nice.
All right, what do you got for your second one?
I'm gonna go with, now I have 4 children. You will be called Stitch Face. And at the game, Flanders ends up knowing the head quarterback, and he had gotten the winning game ball and wants to give it to Ned because Ned saved him from a life of, partying and hanging out with lingerie models.
Right.
And so he goes
saved him from that.
Yes. He goes to give Flanders the winning ball, and Flanders says, "Oh, give it to Homer. He's the number 1 fan here." And so Homer has his 4th child, the ball, named Stitch Face.
Stitch Face.
What about you?
All right, so mine's a little bit before that when Homer's trying to get these tickets and he can't, and then it cuts to him on the couch. He's all distraught and he's like, "Why am I such a loser?" And Bart says, "Well, your father was a loser, and his father, and his father, and his father. It's genetic, man. Don't!"
That was a good one, too.
That was good. I haven't done Bart in a while,
No.
so I had to throw that in.
Good. Very great. What about your favorite scene?
So I'm going to go with the soup kitchen scene. You probably aren't surprised because I was cracking up during it. So, okay, when Homer decides he's best friends with Ned now, and he won't leave Ned alone, wants to go with Ned wherever he goes. So Ned, of course, he's giving out soup at a soup kitchen called Helter Shelter, by the way, which is hilarious. And so Homer's like, very impatient. He doesn't want to be there. But Ned's taking his time ladling soup, and Homer pushes Ned out of the way. He's like, I can do this faster. And he starts like just throwing soup in bowls. And the reporter's there, and he's like, wow, what enthusiasm, takes a picture. And it becomes a headline in a paper that's, I got it written down here, big fat man has big fat heart. And then throughout the rest of the episode, everyone's giving Homer all this accolades for his charity work, when all he did was push Ned out of the way because he didn't want to be there and he wanted to hurry up.
Exactly.
And Ned gets no credit for anything.
Right.
Great scene. I loved it.
Wow, crazy.
Vincent's here. Come on up, buddy. No?
He's not gonna.
He's just going to watch from the sidelines. But he's here in spirit. He's right
there. Okay, so I am going to go with the road trip scene for my favorite scene, which starts with the Flanders and the Simpsons being in the car, and they are listening to Rappin' Ronnie Reagan on their road trip, and it was really terrible. And then that whole scene, it's kind of a lengthy scene, but they end up having a food fight, and Marge and Lisa join in on the food fight, and they looked at each other and shrugged, and they're like, okay.
When in Rome.
So, hi, buddy.
Hey, we got Vincent after all. Look at that. Good job.
There he is.
We knew he'd show up.
Good job.
I love that scene. Mostly because Lisa and Marge usually are the straight people, but they joined in a little bit.
On the straight and narrow, and they joined in to throw a food fight. And at some point, Rod or Todd got zesty Italian in their eye, which was pretty.
And it ends with Homer crushing Ned's car with Ned's own boat. So what are you gonna do?
Yep. What a fun vacation.
Yep.
Wacky road trip. Who is your loser this episode?
Let's see. I am going to go with Quimby. Because at the football game, Quimby's like, I want 2 dogs, 2 sodas, and 2 ice creams. And the vendor's passing them down the row of people, and everyone's like, here, here, here. And he gets to Homer, and he's like, passes it down. Gets to Quimby, and he's like, somebody took a bite out of my dogs. I want answers.
Well, that same scene, I went with my loser is the scooper driver of the field, because Homer is eating all sorts of snacks. Flanders is treating him too, and there's this giant pile of trash on the field, and the scooper driver probably multiple times had to come over and scoop up some food to get from Homer's pile.
Yeah, he had to have a bulldozer to get rid of it.
So, who's your winner this episode?
I'm going to go with the ticket scalper guy, because Homer's in line. He camped out to get tickets all week. I'm looking at your face. It's probably who you picked.
Yep.
Anyway, he's camped out all week, missed work, was number 2 in line, and some guy goes up to be the first one. He's like, give me 30,000 tickets. And the ticket lady's like, that's $950,000. I only got $10. Can I pay you later? She's like, yeah, sure. And then it closes.
Sold out. For $10.
So that guy got all the tickets for $10.
And he's gonna make a bunch more than
thousands
$10.
And thousands,
You are 100% correct on my face read there. That was exactly who I wrote down for my winner, because what a bargain that guy got, for sure.
Absolutely. No backups.
I didn't write a backup. I usually do, but no backup this time.
Well,
so
we just were on the same.
It's okay.
Same thought.
It works out.
I mean, it was a pretty logical winner. That guy did a lot.
Exactly. So that was our episode of Coming Up Milhouse today. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't like it. That's fine. We appreciate any comments. Feel free to share your favorite scenes, your winners and losers, and favorite lines in the comments. We love to see that as well. And if you haven't had a chance, go ahead and click subscribe down here in the bottom corner. Thanks for watching.
That's right. And until the next time, Jiminy Jillikers!
Go for it, buddy.
Vinny's going to jump. Let's see if we can catch the tail side of it.
It's going to be bad, I think.
Do it, buddy. I don't know. Oh wait, here he goes. Nope. This is going in the back of the episode. Hey, good job, Ben.
That was silly. He's gonna knock the light over.